Asasumba.
Hello and welcome. I'm Maricela Kelleton with the news. In this edition, PM optimistic for a better new year. Trauma cases increase and basketball PNG to finalize squad. His Majesty King Charles III has conveyed to the Governor-General Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai his New Year message. Grand Chief Sir Bob received the King's well wishes on the eve of New Year last Saturday. Grand Chief Sir Bob has conveyed on behalf of the country and people his New Year well wishes to the King and Queen Consort and the royal family. The Governor-General welcomed the New Year 2023 at Wesleyan Centenary Church in Nuku'alofa, Tonga. Grand Chief Sir Bob and Lady Dadai return to PNG tomorrow, Tuesday, 3rd January. Prime Minister James Marape is optimistic for a better, happy and prosperous New Year 2023. In his New Year's message, the Prime Minister reminded the people that this government, composed of vibrant and dedicated leaders, will serve them to the best of their ability.
In his New Year's message to the nation, Prime Minister James Marape says the country have encountered many challenges, but challenges we as a country have managed to overcome.
We came through a hard 2022 at the back of COVID-19 in 2020 and 2021, where global economy, as a result of Ukraine war and the imported inflations and the hardships we faced in 2020 and 2021, made 2022 a hard year. But we came through, delivered the election in whatever form it was, and we've passed our 2023 budget, the record 24 billion budget. And we're looking forward to operating 2023 in a manner in which every one of you would be assisted.
The Prime Minister further stressed that the government stands ready to unlock rural Papua New Guinea and return our economy to being debt-free by year 2034. He said over the 4 years since taking office, the government has successfully and steadily reduced the fiscal deficits from 8.6% in 2020 to a 4.75% projected for year 2023 and further aims to reduce it in the years to follow. He added that at this optimistic rate of progress, we can already foresee budget surpluses predictable by 2027. The Prime Minister thanked all who helped in the 2022 and the praying Christian churches for living through with understanding of the hard times we lived in 2022, our business and civil community, foreign investors, bilateral and multilateral partners, the judiciary, the parliament, and our faithful public servants right across the country. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Treasurer Ian Lynn Starkey, in his 2023 New Year's message, wishes for continued improvements in the economy, continuing growth in jobs, falling inflation, and effective implementation of the record 2023 budget. He said PNG's economy is doing so much better than many countries and expected to have growth in the non-resource economy of over 4.5% from 2021 to 2023.
With growth comes jobs. better incomes, and greater opportunities. Treasurer Ian Lingstaki, in his New Year's message, says the country's economy is doing much better in terms of economic growth. He added that the country expects to be a 113 billion kina economy in 2023, up from 79 billion kina in 2018, while inflation is expected to fall to under 6% in 2023, below the long-term average rate of 7%. The Treasurer further stated that PNG will start the year with the highest kina level of international reserves in its history. He says the focus is on agriculture sector, which will produce more income opportunities for our farmers, as our labor mobility scheme is expected to continue its rapid expansion. Mr. Lingstaki added that 2023 will see the highest level of government expenditure in our history, 24,567 million kina, which is being supported by the highest levels of revenue in our history of 19,582 million kina, which IRC, Customs, Treasury and Finance will deliver the revenues. He says the Maraperoso government is also focusing spending on law and order, health, education, infrastructure and rural communities, all in line with the Pangu vision of rebuilding the human and physical capital of our nation. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
The New Ireland Provincial Assembly has called on the Ombudsman Commission and state agencies to lay to rest complaints and allegations of improper conduct by the two open members of New Ireland and State Ministers Walter Schnoebelt and Ian Lingstaki. The Assembly made the call in a three-part motion passed in the New Ireland Assembly meeting held on the 21st of December 2022. The appointed Chief Representative Robin Kamkam, in moving the motions, called on the appropriate state agencies to audit the expenditures of the Lihir mining royalties, including investigating a secret bank account in Singapore allegedly operated by Namatanai MP Walter Schnoebelt. The motion further read that it must also establish whether Schnoebelt is a born citizen of PNG. The Assembly meeting was chaired by Acting Governor Semi Misan. The two open MPs did not attend the sitting, including Sir Julius Chen, who is receiving medical attention overseas. This is TV1 News. When we return, trauma cases increase and call for new electorate.
Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 kilo weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club. Only with Digicel.
Video marketing is the latest trend in today's world. We at Trend Media have the expertise and unrivaled multimedia platforms to take your messages to the next level. Our TV1 platform gets the most audiences from Filipino dramas, popular sports telecasts, and up-to-date live news. Advertise on Digicel TV and TV1 to bring your messages to the center stage. For more information, contact Trend Media today.
Save time and money and pay your TV bills with a breeze. Call us today on toll-free number 1515 to set up your monthly postpaid TV subscription. And if you do, you can watch Digicel TV on your mobile for free. No data costs and no additional subscription. Don't miss out. Call us today for your residential postpaid TV package today. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
We're running out of leads.
That's where genetic genealogy comes in. From that DNA sample, they were able to put together a composite of what the suspect may look like.
Authorities call her the first true female serial killer.
I started becoming fascinated with death.
The fantasies started getting more deviant.
I killed him as cold as ice. I kill again.
I was really aware of the evil I was capable of.
I was so close to dying, but he still made a fool out of me. As I think he was still meeting with his mistress in secret while I was at the hospital.
This will teach her.
I'll see you later, okay?
See you.
Madam, Miss Elise called for an emergency meeting with the board.
I'm sorry, but I need to tell you something.
I already know. Everything!
Welcome back. The European Union Straight PNG program has reached a milestone of providing support to over 15,000 cocoa, vanilla and fisheries-dependent households in the Sepik region in the first 9 months of 2022. This was highlighted at the program's recent steering committee meeting held in Wewak, East Sepik Province. Reaching the milestone of providing support to over 15,000 cocoa, vanilla and fisheries-dependent households in the Sepik region in the first 9 months of 2022 was the highlight of the EU Straight PNG Program Steering Committee's meeting held in Wewak, East Sepik Province. The meeting highlighted the need to further strengthen the partnership between implementing partners, counterparts, and stakeholders at national, provincial, and local levels. The high-level program steering committee convenes every 6 months to review progress and accomplishments and take decisions on the next steps and work plans. At the meeting, the European Union Ambassador to PNG, His Excellency Jacques Fradin, said the EU Straight PNG program is an initiative that aims to empower the people of East and West Sepiks to help them improve cocoa, vanilla and fisheries value chains. The program, since January 2022, has reached out and provided technical assistance and support to 15,069 households, that is over 90,000 individual beneficiaries in East and West Sepik provinces. The program has rehabilitated 83.7 kilometers of rural roads, launched an Agri-MSME Challenge Fund and ensured the availability of 130,000 high-quality vanilla vines, among other significant support provided. The leaders of Kutubu and Bosavi are calling on the government and the Electoral Boundaries Commission to consider the aspirations of their people to have a separate electorate before the issue of wreaths for the 2027 elections. Chairman of the steering committee, Alan Ricks, said the plight and aspirations of the Kutubu and Bosavi people was reflected in the reviews by EBC and in favor of a separate electorate split for Nipa Kutubu.
The leaders of Kutubu and Bosavi in the Nipa Kutubu electorate of Southern Islands are calling on the government to consider them in the split of electorates come 2027. Chairman of the steering committee, Alan Ricks, says their recommendations for a split was not honored in the last parliament after submitting all the necessary documents for the split. He said Kutubu have been contributing to the government coffers and must be given priority.
We have been very patient. And so we are calling on the government, the Honorable Prime Minister. We have presented our views, the collective views of the people. And with the opportunity that we have, we are now supporting our member to have the electorate split into two.
Mr. Ricks added that the split-up of Nipa Kutubu district is long overdue and the situation on the ground was such that it reflected all preconditions and criteria set out by the EBC, including the fact that Nipa Kutubu district was currently the most populated electorate in Southern Islands province.
We support the call of the member, who is very strong and very determined to have this the electorate split, and it is a matter for us to also support the idea.
Mr. Ricks believes that political convenience and backdoor influences in the corridors of Waigani had denied their fundamental democratic right to have a new electorate by interfering with the duly established systems and processes that the EBC had been initially adhering to.
Comparing our district, the host of the LNG gas project, the host of the Kurum project, Kurum is not yet developed.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Receive money through Cell Money but don't know how to withdraw? Fiona here from the Cell Money team to show you how to withdraw cash from your Cell Money wallet. Cell Money is a digital service that allows customers to receive, store, and make payments using a mobile phone. With money in your Cell Money wallet, this is how you can make a withdrawal. Step 1. Dial *888# and select option 3, Withdraw Money. Step 2. Ask the agent for the agent ID and enter the agent ID and send. Step 3. Enter amount. Step 4. Enter your Cell Money PIN. You will receive an SMS confirmation and the agent will hand over the cash to the value you have withdrawn. While at the agent, check your balance to confirm the transaction before you leave. With Cell Money, withdrawal is that simple. Call our customer care on 888 for assistance and more information about Cell Money. Remember not to share your Cell Money PIN with others. It's easy, convenient, safe and secure. Do it all with Cell Money.
Alright guys, focus up.
You ready?
You almost got me killed. Clearly. Just watch us.
Play it with AXN this holiday.
What's up, everybody?
With Hollywood's biggest stars and the ultimate action. On AXN Red Carpet Action. December 23rd till January 2nd. Only on AXN.
They're god-awful people. I hate them for that. Do you still love David?
Yes, Papa. It did.
Well, I'm sure you all heard her. It's all Gia.
You have to return Gia's son.
Okay, Mommy.
So what brings you here?
You bought Gia's baby for $5 million.
Are you ready for football to get down to the nitty-gritty? Or whatever this is? Are you making plans for football? Flying for football? Flexing for football? And brushing up on your Spanish for football?
Tu defensa es basura. Eso.
Are you standing up, breaking down, and staying hyped for football? Good. Then you're ready.
Welcome back. PNG basketball men's and women's teams have qualified for this year's Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands after their recent performance in the FIBA Melanesian Cup in Fiji. While the teams are yet to be finalized before they go through the PNG Olympic Committee for justification, PNG Basketball Federation Board's main focus is to prepare well for the Games in November.
After making a successful comeback to international basketball at last year's Melanesian Cup in Fiji, PNG Basketball is now in the process of finalizing its men and women teams for this year's Pacific Games. Both senior men's and women's national teams qualified for the Games following their overall performance in the FIBA Melanesian Cup held in Fiji in October last year. The board will go through the list before it is sent to the PNG Olympic Committee for justification. Once the selection process is complete, an official announcement will be made. The team will be looking to start preparations early once the board endorses the list. PNG will feature among other Pacific Island countries, including Australia and New Zealand, who will participate at the Pacific Games. PNG has made progress since the impacts and aftermath of the coronavirus COVID-19. Meanwhile, the National Federation has been given the right to host the Under-17 FIBA Oceania Championships, with 10 countries, including Australia and New Zealand, to send teams to the tournament slated for this September. The National Federation is also keen to increase the number of affiliated associations across the country, especially in areas where the code does not have a formal presence yet, which will help build interest in basketball and grow the game. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Southwest Metro Pirates Basketball Club sensation and Kokopo brought-up Christian Pang is looking forward to representing the country again after he was named in the PNG national basketball squad to this year's Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands. The Brisbane-born basketballer is eligible to play for PNG through his parents, who were both born and raised in East New Britain.
Lanky 25-year-old Christian Pang, who stands 194 centimeters tall, was first picked for PNG to the 2019 South Pacific Games in Samoa, but could not take the courts because his citizenship was not approved. Again, Christian's name has been included in the national basketball squad for this year's Pacific Games in Honiara, Solomon Islands. After all the disappointments of 2019, Christian said his first goal this time is to get his citizenship approved.
Being selected for the PNG men's national team is first and foremost. I still get goosebumps when I think of the first jersey I was handed in front of my dad. It made him extremely proud, made me extremely proud, so very, very proud of that.
Christian is excited about the opportunity to represent his country and vowed to help PNG in any way he can to bring the gold home.
My pre-season for NBL 1 will start in January, so I'll be basically training as soon as I get back, just trying to sharpen my skills, get my fitness up a little bit, and just put myself in the best position possible to perform this year. The end of next year is obviously the South Pacific Games 2023, so I really need to be sort of knuckling down and getting ready for that.
Unlike his elder brother, Adrian Pang, who is a professional mixed martial artist, Christian is a bit of a sporting all-rounder. He plays rugby union, rugby league, and a touch rugby, apart from playing professional basketball in Brisbane, Australia.
So I started off playing rugby league and rugby like any PNG kid. I loved rugby growing up. I only decided to play basketball when I was about 16, just for a bit of fitness in the off-season, just in preparation for rugby, really. I just really developed a love for the game. I played at St Joseph's College and then moved to Brisbane, where I started playing for the Southwest Metro Pirates in the NBL 1 league, so that's the top league in Queensland.
Christian regularly returns to PNG to see his parents. His mum runs the Ropopo Plantation Resort in Kokopo, and his dad runs the Port Moresby betting shop, as well as the Century Resort Hotel and SPA. Christian has returned to Australia after spending Christmas with his family in Kokopo. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And before we go, the Port Moresby General Hospital Adult Emergency Department had to endure another year of festive season increase in trauma cases. Unfortunately, 98% of all injuries during both the Christmas and New Year period were alcohol-related. Official records from the Christmas period record nearly 50 cases, with 70% being male. The most common injury was assault and blunt force trauma, with penetrating injuries being the next most common. The New Year period, however, saw a quiet night progressing into the new year, with most casualties arriving after 8 a.m. to the department. By 3 p.m. on Monday, 1st January 2023, over 40 patients were seen. 80% were male. Unfortunately, 98% of all injuries during both the Christmas and New Year period were alcohol-related. The department saw patients ranging between the ages of 9 and 55 years old. The first death was recorded at 3 p.m. as a result of a motor vehicle accident, where the injured was a pedestrian who was run over by a vehicle and succumbed to his injuries. A motor vehicle accident occurring at 10:30 a.m. resulted in another casualty being brought in. The patient has been stabilized and will be observed under the surgeons. Again, assault and penetrating injuries made up the majority of injuries. PMGH states that the ED is staffed with experienced personnel and benefit from the experience of specialists to ensure ongoing high-quality care to patients. In a statement, the hospital acknowledges and appreciates the National Ambulance Service provider St. John Ambulance crew for their dedication in transporting all patients to the ED, including those with medical ailments. Their pre-hospital assessment and transport of trauma patients is critical. PMGH also thanked the police force for keeping the nation's capital safe and their hard work in ensuring that movement around the city was kept under control. And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water. Cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. We wish you all a happy new year. Bye for now.